Hey friends, welcome to Bowl of Light Yoga. I'm Danielle. Today's practice is a full body Hatha practice. So there will be no vinyasa flows, no planks, no chaturangas today. I will be using blocks and a blanket. And to begin, we're just going to stand in Tadasana to start. So when you're ready, feet are hips width or wider apart. Begin to draw up through the arches of your feet, up through your legs, kneecaps lift, thighs engage. Go ahead and make sure your hips are stacked over your knees, over your ankles. We're going to firm up the abs just a bit, lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. Keep moving up, shoulders are rolling down the back. Tuck your chin. And maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable here. Just take a moment to begin to connect with your body. Scan your body and see what messages are coming up today. Our body is always sending us messages. We're just not always receiving those messages. So take this time to really connect with your body and listen to what it needs. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. If your eyes are closed, you can gently float them open. And on your inhale, let's sweep our arms around and up. Palms don't meet. And we're going to exhale, push the air down, push it down. It's a little different. Hands aren't in prayer. We're just pushing air down. Again, inhale up. Exhale, push that air down in front of you, all the way down. Let's do 2 more of those. Make these movements nice and slow. Sync them with some long, deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Sweep your arms up again. And at the top, take your left wrist in your right hand. And as you exhale, let's side bend to the right. Trying to keep your heart shining forward, or maybe even up to the sky a little bit here. Next inhale will bring us back up to center. Switch the clasp of your wrists and exhale over to the left. Next inhale comes back to center. Exhale, let's release the hands. And we'll begin with some gentle neck rolls. So right ear to right shoulder. Very, very slowly bring chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And just as slowly, we'll go back to the right. And this time, let's sync it up with the breath. So inhaling for a count of 4 as we move through center, left ear to left shoulder. And exhaling for a count of 4 as we move back over to the right. 1 more in each direction. And let's return our head to center and take some shoulder rolls to the back. Just some nice big shoulder rolls here, moving our shoulders up to the ears and gliding down the back. And then you can just let that kind of come into the arms, finding some movement in your arms, down to your wrists. Roll out the wrists a little bit. And let's come to some hip circles. So maybe you want to step a little bit wider and just come to some hip circles. Make big circles around with your hips, going one direction for now. Just going slow, waking up the body here. And let's reverse directions. And we'll keep that going. So just take your right leg here, kind of move your hip in and out, maybe whatever feels good. Coming down to your foot. Let's come up on your toes. Rolling from pinky toe side to big toe side, back and forth a little bit. And then come up over onto the top of your toes. And again, pinky toe side, big toe side. Giving your feet a little attention. And we'll go to the other leg. Just finding some movement here that feels good in your body. Waking up your body. You don't have to do what I say. I'm just giving suggestions. You make the decisions here. Just find what feels good for you. All right, let's plant both feet on the ground. Let's do a little bit of knocking at the gates here. So just let your arms hang heavy like ropes. And we'll just start twisting. And as you twist, allow your arms to kind of tap the sides of your body here with a little bit of pressure. Arms are just swinging freely. Twisting, knocking, invigorating some internal organs as we get started. Honor your inner teacher today. Listen to your body, to your intuition. Take this time on the mat to connect with and honor your truth. As I said, I will make suggestions. You make the decisions. If you're waiting for me to cue something, that cue may never come. So do what feels good for you. Let's slowly let this fall away from our body here. And come back into that same Tadasana pose that we started practice in. Weight centered on both feet, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders stacked. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And take another moment here to scan your body. And just notice. Are the same messages coming up? Are different messages coming up? It doesn't really matter what comes up. The practice is just noticing. Great. Let's gently open your eyes. And let's come to the top of your mat if you're not already there. And we'll begin with a few sun breaths. So find your nice strong Tadasana base again. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Palms do meet this time. Maybe you want to take a little bit of a back bend. And exhale, let's fold forward over some bent legs. Uttanasana. Keep those legs nice and bent for now. So inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Find some length in your spine, super straight from your tailbone through the crown of your head here. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to the top, tall mountain. Hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms sweep down, around, and up. Maybe you want to find a little back bend. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. Do that one more time here. Inhale, arms sweep down, around and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll plant the hands and step our feet back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs here. Find some movement that feels good in your body. First down dog of the practice, maybe the first down dog of your day. So wake up the back body gently here, finding what feels good for you. And when you're ready, we'll come to stillness. And let's inhale, right leg up in the air, as high as you can. Open and stack your hips. Bend your right knee, letting your heel fall towards your hips. Let's try and keep the shoulders square to the mat here. So maybe you even want to look out under your left armpit and see your toes up there. Let's take a few ankle rolls while we're here. Switch directions. Let's inhale, square your right leg to the mat and set it back down. Inhale, left leg up high, 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 as high as you can. Open and stack your hips, bend your knee. Keep your shoulders square to the mat, looking out under your right armpit this time. Ankle rolls in one direction and the other. Next inhale, we'll square left leg to the mat. Exhale, set it down. And we'll drop our knees into tabletop position. If you'd like to pad your knees with your blanket, go ahead. And we'll take a few cat-cows here. So as you inhale, sternum pulls through the shoulder, crown of head and tailbone flare up to the sky for cow. Exhale, rounding to cat. Sternum reaches up to the sky. Crown of head and tailbone towards the floor. We'll take a few rounds of these, flowing with your own breath. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Let's do 2 more full cycles. Return to neutral spine when you finish that. We'll come to thread the needle. So inhale, right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, thread right arm behind left, coming onto right ear and shoulder. For thread the needle here, you can choose your hand variation. So hand can stay here. Hand can walk out in front of you. And you can begin to look underneath your armpit. Or hand can even wrap around your back, taking a hold of left thigh for a bind here. And your legs can stay like this. Or you can take your left leg and extend it out long. Breathing deeply. If you've left knee on the floor, just make sure your hips are staying stacked over your knees. If you have any limbs extended, go ahead and return those back. And on your next inhale, let's press firmly into your left hand, raising your right arm back up to the sky again. And exhale, set that back down. Other side, inhaling left arm up. And exhale, thread that through. Finding your arm and leg variations on this side. Whatever works for you in your body. If you have any limbs extended, let's return them in. And on your next big inhale, pressing firmly into the right hand, left arm raises up to the sky. And exhale, set that down. Maybe walk your hands out here, maybe just an inch or so in front of you. Spread your fingertips wide. We're going to be gripping through your fingertips here as you tuck your toes under and lift your hips up for downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg up, keep it square to the mat. And exhale, step right foot through between your hands. Left knee comes to the earth for low lunge. If you have your blocks, I like to use blocks in low lunge to help me come into low lunge, find a little bit of length here. Find some movement in your low lunge, sinking into it, finding some length on your inhales and depth on your exhale. And whenever you're ready, you can raise your arms up overhead as you settle into your low lunge. Let's take right hand to right hip or to the block. Move your block right back to your next right hip. Inhale, find some length, reaching high through the side of your body. And as you exhale, we'll fold over to the right. Let's take one more deep full breath here. Feeling the side body open on a deep inhale. And on your next inhale, bring your arms back up. And we'll release the hands to the earth, to the inside of the right foot. And take your right foot, just walk it over a little bit if you need to make room for lizard pose here. And you can choose if you would like to keep your feet and knee facing forward, or if you want to come up onto your heel and then over onto the pinky toe side of your right foot, letting your right knee kind of fall open to the side, just opening up through the right hip here. You could also bend this back leg, take your right hand around, take a hold of your ankle for a quad stretch. If it's available to you, you could even come down to your forearm for this quad stretch. Connecting with your breath. Are you breathing deeply and fully? If not, just back out of the posture a little bit until you are breathing deeply and fully. If you've got that calf stretch, let's go ahead, quad stretch, let's go ahead and gently release your leg. Come back up, and we'll take right foot back to meet left in downward facing dog. Maybe pedal that out a little bit if you'd like. And we'll inhale, left leg up, keeping your hips square to the mat. Exhale, left foot comes through for low lunge, setting right knee down. Grab your blocks here. And begin to work your way into your low lunge, using movement and breath to help you find your depth. And when you feel ready, you can inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, settling back into your low lunge here. And let's take left hand to the hip or to a block. Inhale, find some length in the right side body, and exhale, side bend to the left. Let's take one more deep, full breath here. We'll return arms up to the sky. And then exhale, set them down to the inside of your left foot. You can walk your left foot over a little bit if you need to here. For lizard, again, if you want to keep your foot and knee facing forward, or maybe opening up to the side. Maybe you come down to forearms, maybe not. Maybe you reach back for a quad stretch, maybe not. Again, make this practice your own. And the goal of yoga is never the posture. The postures are containers for our breath and our awareness. So the goal is your level of awareness in each posture. Are you scanning your body? Are you connecting with your breath? Or are you thinking about what you're going to make for dinner tonight? Presence in the posture is the goal. If you've got that quad stretch, let's gently release that. Bring your foot back in, tuck your back toes under, step back to downward facing dog one more time. You can go ahead and take your blanket off to the side if you've used it. Look in between your hands. We'll walk to the top of the mat here. Feet are hip width apart or more. Bend your knees as much as you would like to. And fold forward, Uttanasana. Take a moment here just to hang. You could let your fingertips trace the floor. You could hook opposite elbows. You can interlace your fingers and just put them on the very base of your neck here, on the very base of your skull, really helping to tuck your chin and open up the back body. If your arms or hands are up, go ahead and release them to the earth, and we'll so slowly begin to roll up, stacking one vertebra at a time. And when we get to the top, we'll just take a few shoulder rolls back here. And then we'll come to stillness in this Tadasana, taking a moment to scan your body again and notice what messages it's sending now. This is part of the practice that we take off of the mat, right? We move through some postures, we stop and check in. We move through more postures, stop and check in. Check in with the breath, check in with the body. In life, move through some of your day, stop and check in. Keep doing that. This is part of the practice that we take off of our mat. We're going to come into Warrior Two from here. So we'll just take right leg, step it back. Find your foundation for Warrior Two. So you want your stance to be wide enough that you can bend into your front knee and knee stays over ankle. You want to keep your torso centered, so there's a tendency to kind of lean forward in Warrior Two. And towards your bent leg, you want to bring your torso upright. Keeping everything upright. Extend your arms, shoulders down, and look out over your front hand. We're strong, proud warriors, looking to the future. Maybe even stick your chin out just a little bit, prepared for anything. And breathe deeply. On your next inhale, we will reach forward a little bit. Flip your front palm so it faces the sky. And then as you exhale, we'll come to reverse warrior. From here, we're going to move into side angle. So let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll come forward. Your front forearm can come to your front thigh. Back arm comes overhead. You can also take your front arm to the floor or to a block. And we'll bring that top bicep by the ear. Your gaze can be wherever is comfortable to your neck here. And if you'd like, you can take the bind. So top arm will reach around behind the back, and your left arm will just reach under there to grab a hold. And you're kind of facing the floor when you come into your bind, but then the work is to bring yourself back up so that your heart is facing in front of you or even up to the sky just a bit. If you've got the bind, gently release that, and we'll come back up to warrior two. And we'll just step to the top of the mat. And we'll do that on the other side. So go ahead and move your right foot towards the center of your mat, stepping back with left, and find your warrior two. Making sure your hips or your torso is stacked over your hips. We're not forward in any way, straight up and down here. Breathing deeply, nice full inhales and complete exhales. Next inhale, let's flip that front wrist, reach forward a little bit, and then come on back to humble or reverse warrior. If you've come out of that front knee at all, just sink back in. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And on the exhale, we're moving towards side angle. However side angle looks in your body, find that shape. Maybe you choose to take the bind, maybe not. And just because you've taken a bind before doesn't mean you have to do it every time. Practice, my yoga practice is different day to day. Even if I do more than one practice within the same day, it's always different. If you've got the bind, let's release. Let's come on back up to warrior two. And we'll step to the top of the mat again. Very nice. Let's inhale, arms sweep down, around and up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center here. And take a moment to check in with your body. Your heart rate might be up a little bit now. Breathing might be a little more rapid. Take this moment to steady your breath, calm your body. Let's inhale, sweep our arms down, around and up one more time. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's step back to downward facing dog. And take a moment of stillness here in downward facing dog to check in with your body again. How does this feel different than the first down dog we did today? When you're ready, bring your big toes together. We're going to come down into wide-legged Balasana, child's pose. So just bring your knees to the edges of your mat, untuck your toes, and we'll sit back onto our heels here as we continue to regulate the breath. Begin to walk yourself back up. You just come off to the right and swing your legs around in front of you. And we'll go ahead and come into Janusir Sasana. So let's bring the sole of left foot to the inside of right thigh. Find yourself centered on your sits bones. We'll take just a tiny itty bitty twist towards your right leg, so that when you're folding forward, your torso is lined up with your right leg. So let's take a deep breath in, finding some length in our spine. And then exhale, folding over your extended right leg. Continuing with that long, deep, full breathing. A complete exhale is just as important as a complete inhale. So deep, full breaths. Our exhales get all of that old stagnant air and energy out. I find that folds and twists really help me to fully express all of that air. And as you inhale, let's begin to walk your hands back up. And we'll come into half Lord of the Fishes. So take your left leg and plant your sole to the outside of your right thigh this time. You can leave your right leg extended if you'd like, or you can swing it back around and place it right here next to your seat. We'll take right hand behind us. Inhale, left arm up. Nope, sorry, that's the wrong way. Let's take left arm behind us. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale into that twist. If you would like, there is an option for a bind here. So this top arm is going to come in between your legs, and your back arm will wrap around and take hold of your fingers. Again, when you come into binds, you come out of the postures a little bit. Then you work to bring yourself back in. So square yourself on your sits bones again. And come into your twist. Let's take one more deep breath here. And we'll gently unwind Maybe taking a slight counter twist to the right. And then we'll extend left leg. Sole of right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh. Square yourself on your sits bones. Take a little twist towards the left here. Inhale, find some length. And exhale, begin to fold over your left leg, only coming as far as is comfortable in your body. Make sure you're keeping some energy in this left leg. Toes are pointed up to the sky. Let's take one more deep, full breath here. And begin to walk yourself back up. We'll come into the twist on the other side. So take sole of right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Left leg can stay straight or bend. Right arm will come behind this time. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale into your twist. If you'd like to take the bind, the first step is to see if you can take this right hand and reach it around and grab a hold of your left thigh. And if you can, then take right hand, thread it between your knee or underneath your knee, clasp a hold of your fingers, and twist. These different variations allow you to meet your body where it's at today, and also to help you stay focused. So if you're in a twist and you feel like you're just hanging out and your mind is wandering, find a way to put some more sensation in your body, a way to keep yourself here, now, in this practice, in your body, on your mat. And if you're bound, we'll gently unwind. Maybe take a little counter twist again. We'll release everything out in front. Go ahead and come on down onto your backs gently. Bring your legs with you here. We'll come into happy baby. So your arms will go to the inside of your knees and then reach around to take your feet by the outside and then pull your knees down, opening up your hips here. You can rock side to side in happy baby if you'd like. You can extend one leg at a time. Whenever you're ready, you can gently release your legs, extending them out long on your mat for Savasana, our final resting pose here. Bring your arms wide to the sides of your body, taking up some space here, and completely surrender. Surrender your body to gravity. Surrender control of your breath. Let your breath just return to its natural pace, its natural rhythm. I encourage you to stay in Savasana for as long as you're able, or maybe even bring yourself up to sit in seated meditation now that the body is calm, hopefully, and ready to meditate. Whatever you choose to do, I thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Namaste.